I was told, and I know many other people were told, the lie that if I became a Christian, everything would all of a sudden be okay. My life would come together and everything would be hunky-dory. My finances would be good. My family would get back together. Everything would be a dream. And that's the lie that they feed us. The religious people, not the Christian people, the religious people. There's a difference. So I feel like if we don't like being lied to, then it's on us to tell people the truth. So I looked in the Bible. Every time I feel like something's wrong, if God's telling me that's not the way it is, I go look. Because God will tell me in His Word there ain't nothing in there that He didn't already tell us. Every single person, every man of God, every woman of God in that Bible, when they were obedient to what God said, what they really believed, they suffered. Over and over and over and over, He gives us examples and examples of obedience equals suffering. Who told you? Who told me? And why would they say that if I started following Christ, everything would be easy? That everything would start lining itself up? No, that's when it starts suffering. Not only am I not on the same side as the devil anymore, so I got him to fight with, but there's people of the world that claim they wanted me to be right, but they really don't. James says, my brethren, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord as an example of suffering. Jeremiah, that's my guy. God told him to speak a word, and he's being obedient. Okay, God, I'll go tell him what you said. And he went and told him. And you know what they did? They put him in the stocks. They locked him up. And so he's hanging with his hands and his head in this thing for doing what God told him to do. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. Job, everybody's heard about Job. Job, they said he was blameless. Not perfect, but blameless. He prayed to God every day. He did everything he was supposed to be doing. And he got took down through there. He lost all his family. He lost all his stuff. And he got boils and all sorts of stuff all over his body. Paul, as soon as he got saved, Paul started suffering. As soon as he had an encounter with Christ, he suffered. And for the rest of his life, until he died, he suffered. This is why God says, my ways are not your ways. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. Because we don't think like Him. Because His word says it is a privilege to suffer for Christ. Like pick me. I want to be the one that has the privilege to suffer for you. That's the way God works. But we don't work like that. We're like, nah, God, now that Jesus Christ, I believe Jesus Christ died for my sins, now I need 3 cars, a big house. If I could not work at all and just kick back, that would be nice. I don't want to have to go into any area that might be dangerous. Lord, I'll go to church sometimes. We want Christ on our standards, and that's not the way it works. You think God is pleased with that? I'm just saying that we have got to get this Christian thing in the right state of mind. Because the Bible says, Jesus says, if you want to follow me, if you want to follow Christ, take up your cross. What is the cross? Suffering. Pain. Take up your cross, deny yourself, and follow me. Does that sound like? Let's just use Jesus as an example. If you don't want to use Peter, James, John, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, David, I can go on, Job. Every guy in the Bible that was a man of God suffered. But let's use Jesus. Jesus Christ was obedient to God, even unto death. He obedient led to his suffering. So we got to get this right. When the Bible says that when Jesus died for us and we accept him, we were bought at a price. So our life no longer belongs to us. It belongs to him. And people will say, but it says he'll give you the desires of your heart. Yeah, that's awesome if you want to take that verse out of context and not read the rest of the book. Because God also says, I will give you a new heart. And I will cause you to walk in my statutes. And I will cause you to follow my judgments. And so he will give you a new heart to want what he wants. And of course, if you want what he wants, he will give you the desires of your heart.